Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Napoleon Total, and today we are going to be covering this update, the Burning Sky update, and what I personally think about it. I've already done a video covering over all of the aspects of the Burning Sky update, and therefore today we're just going to be talking about what I believe or think the Burning Sky update has brought to Enlisted. Before we start, I would like to say that this video has been possible through the help of Discord, meaning that if you haven't liked, subscribed, or joined the Discord, I highly suggest that you like, subscribe, or join the Discord. And let's get started. The first thing I'd like to say about this Burning Sky update is that Enlisted has actually listened to the community, or they're on a good track. What I mean is that a lot of these new stuff, although they have some problems, which I will definitely get onto very quickly, it has a lot of good stuff. One of them is actually the new improvements that are directed towards the TNT and the dynamite or explosive packs, or whatever you want to call them, and given us Italian grenades and a lot of Italian stuff. One of them is actually the radio operator, in which I just joked about saying that it literally looks like a hula hoop. I kid you not. Like, you take an image of that radio operator, it literally looks like a hula hoop. That said, there are a lot of other things in which I also like the new squads, a lot of the late war tanks like Tiger 2s, IS-2s, very good stuff, a lot more unique squads, essentially almost up to the Cold War, which, like I have already said, we might be getting an actual Cold War. Finished weapons, including the Sumi for the 100 Jaeger Division. We have the Beretta M38, which is in the 101st Motorized Division. For Tunisia, we have actually an Italian bomber, which is already enlisted. So that's a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff, honestly. A lot of new changes. I personally do like the weather changes, although I do have to admit that my second battle in the Burning Sky, I got gray map. I honestly didn't like it then, but looking back, I actually do kind of like it now, because it does make the game more realistic, so I don't really have an issue with that. But that said, there are a lot of problems with Burning Sky. I don't want to be this person that says, oh, Burning Sky is a failure, but Burning Sky is definitely not a failure. Burning Sky has a lot of problems, but is definitely not a failure. As a matter of fact, I'll actually rate it as one of the best updates that actually has tried to fix the game, which I hope they were trying to fix the game. Burning Sky does have its downsides. One of the first sides is that, as of right now, the game is literally set in the situation in which there's bias. I'm not joking around here. I'm dead serious. Ask anyone, ask any content creator, and they'll tell you there is at least some form of bias. Let's go over the campaigns. We have Normandy, Moscow, Berlin, Tunisia, Stalingrad, and those are the 5 major campaigns that we have right now. In terms of Normandy, there is Axis bias, because literally the Axis are running around with MP43. That's actually not that bad, considering the fact that everyone is dying from bombing. Next, we have Moscow, in which, depending on where you are in the late game, you literally are going to have either a Soviet bias or Axis bias, in which it is actually one of the least wonky in terms of balancing. So Moscow is actually kind of good, except for when you have bolt action rifles and you're going up against SMGs. Next, we have Berlin, and that is definitely 100% Axis. FG-42 is going to outkill everyone. MP-43 one's going to kill everyone. Honestly, I don't really think the Soviets have a choice. They don't really stand a chance. Even if you have PPSHs-41s, that's not really going to matter. You have an FG-42. Full auto, that is actually extremely deadly. And then now we have the tanks, and that's just going to make the Germans even more better. And now we also have AS-44s and STG-45s. That's pretty balanced, but in terms of overall, I'm going to definitely say the Axis are going to have it. In terms of Stalingrad, Axis are definitely going to have it. Like, literally, I don't get it. The tanks are always in favor of the Allies most of the time, but the Axis are going to get a lot of stuff. One of them is the MKB-42, both weapons, and apparently the new PPSH-41s, so that's going to be devastating. And the next thing for balancing is the 4th campaign, which is Tunisia. Oh, sorry, the 5th campaign, which is Tunisia. That is 100% definitely in Allies' favor. They literally have a Tommy gun. At this point, I'm gonna call the 50-round magazine a Tommy gun. Like, literally, they have a Tommy gun. What are you gonna do? In terms of planes, they have the advantage. In terms of tanks, they literally have the advantage. In terms of bombers, they have the advantage. This is not gonna give a good experience for those who play the game. Literally, for every campaign, with the exception of maybe, Moscow, you're gonna have a faction that is gonna be either overpowered, or everyone's just gonna be playing that faction. Please, for Enlisted's sake, please fix this problem, because what's gonna happen is that people are just gonna play one faction. That's it. Eventually, later on, they're gonna realize, nah, we're all just gonna get killed if we play this faction, so why don't we play the other one? Honestly, that's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be a good experience, and people are just gonna switch factions. Both sides should have some balancing. I think they actually tried to implement some with the vehicles, but in terms of infantry, please make it balanced. That said, another thing is the filler weapons, and oh dear, oh god. Some of the weapons that we have in the Battle of Stalingrad are useless. Why give us a Mosina M9130 with an anti-tank grenade launcher? Why give the Germans with an anti-tank grenade launcher? It doesn't make sense. In terms of vehicles, alright, I can accept that, but in terms of that, everything, no. Why? Why give us anti-tank grenade launchers? In terms of everything else, that's fine. I'm 100% fine with it, except for the STG-44. There's not a problem with the STG-44, it's just that, once again, it does exactly the same damage as the MP-43. I don't get why you just put a scope on it and it doesn't do anything. Obviously, the STG has an X4X sight, but seriously, at Berlin, it's mostly close quarters. No one is going to use the STG unless you want to have one sniper in your squad, which actually does make sense, sometimes. But no, I'm not going to be spamming out entire squads with the STG-44. That said, I don't think you're supposed to do that either, so, meh. But honestly, I hope that the STG-44 does come in as an assault rifle, and not as a sniper rifle. Next thing I want to talk about are the rockets. Although a lot of people have been already screaming that the rockets are either 100% useless, they are actually quite fun. I honestly haven't tried them out, but I heard from some people they're quite fun, and honestly, it's a good addition to the game. Does that mean you'll be paying money? Yes. Does that mean you'll be getting something new? Yes. Are they overpowered? No. Are they good against infantry? Yes. Are they slightly overpowered against infantry? Yes. And are they good against tanks? No. Can they be easily taken out? Yes, 100%. They can be easily taken out. But yeah, that's rockets for you. I don't have anything against them. I think they are a good addition to the game, but that's that. My next issue that we have are the Flask. Why are you adding Flask? Stamina is not an issue. What I would rather prefer to see with the Flask is that you give the Flask to runners, or people who literally use the Flask to increase your speed of how you run. Honestly, I don't think stamina is an issue. I think if anything is an issue, stamina is one of the least of issues. But yeah, you increase stamina, thanks, I guess? It's not really needed, but thank you for giving us something, but it's not really useful, if you know what I mean. However, the biggest issue is with the update, and the update in general. One of the first things that you would notice that they have a lot of new levels. That's gonna be great. That's gonna increase the grind. Yes, you heard me correct. That's just gonna increase the grind. What we're gonna do is that I'm gonna be spending the rest of this week just literally grinding out for the Tiger 2 so I can make a video. Honestly, why do you at this point, I'm pretty sure we are above 5 million XP in terms of points. I do not get why Enlisted is making the system in which we have to grind. Obviously, if you don't want to grind, you can just pay, but I'm not going to be paying, and if you don't want to pay, you're just going to leave the game. And that is my biggest fear as of Enlisted as of right now. Honestly, if players are not going to pay, and they're here to play the game, and they're here to grind, there is a big problem. Please, Enlisted, decrease the grind to around 2 million. Just cut the grind in half and we should be happy. Like I said, this is literally gonna be one campaign. We have 5 campaigns, of which one you shouldn't be playing. The Stalingrad campaign you definitely shouldn't be playing if you're a free-to-play player. But we have 4 campaigns that we have to grind. About, at this point, I think it's 5 million XP each. How? Or how's gonna be? It's gonna take literally, okay fine, not years, but it's gonna take months, if not years. It took me literally a full month to grind out the Berlin campaign, and that was me almost constantly playing the game, like literally. You're gonna be telling a person who literally plays the game for a day, at least a day, they're gonna take at least around a month. Like, that's how hard the grind is. I'm not even joking at this point. Enlisted should really 100% fix the game. But besides that, I will also like to end this video on a good note. Enlisted has done a lot of things for Burning Sky. I really do like Burning Sky. Honestly, it's not a bad update. If I were to rate Burning Sky, I'll rate it pretty up there. But that said, there are still some problems. Of which, please fix the progression system. But that's it for today, guys. If you haven't liked, subscribe, or joined the Discord, I highly suggest that you like, subscribe, and join the Discord. But that is it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Now before you leave, I would like to thank you very much for watching this video. I would be honored if you could like and subscribe to the channel. Remember, more videos are coming out, so it is a good idea to click on that notification button. Anyways, have a great day and I'll see you in the next one.